Philip Myers, thanks very much for joining us today at the Next Generation Audio Summit. You're going to be speaking on the AS67 and IP audio panel. What are your main thoughts at the moment about the current state of adoption and outlook for AS67 in broadcast audio?
Yeah, so I think it's a really exciting time in the industry at the moment. We, as a company, we have a very long heritage in building audio networks with our console, centralized processing. What we've seen over the last couple of years is this migration to bring in converged infrastructure. So we see now the convergence of audio with video, and with the, I guess, the recently announced suite of standards through SMPTE with the 2110. So I think if you look at IP, the early adopters of IP systems in infrastructure like broadcast studios, fly packs, trucks, the audio network has been very much isolated to the video, and video has been converged with the audio through a kind of third-party device or a bridging device. What we're seeing now with customers is they really want to flatten down the network and have audio and video be good citizens in the same network, converge at the endpoint devices, whether this is audio consoles with video capabilities, whether it's video multi-viewers processing with audio shuffling, audio processing. So I think it's a really exciting time. The kind of outset of SMPTE 211030 provides a very clear definition of the operational points with AS67. And I would encourage any customer that's looking to build IP systems to pay very close attention to that. It's very important when you're building an infrastructure with multiple devices from multiple vendors is to make sure that they're interoperable and can be controlled accordingly.
So with that in mind, what role does AS67 play in the sort of R&D and product development roadmap for Lawo?
Yeah, so it's a core part of us. Obviously, we kicked off with the Ravenna back in 2010. We've been a long-standing supporter of open standards in industry interoperability across multiple vendors. AS67 really gives us that from an audio perspective. But also I would say the AS67 really helps us bridge the audio into the video world. And I think from an R&D perspective, I'm a big fan of open standards across our company. My role is fairly new inside the company. It's to provide an advisory level across our product units to make sure we're using the right technology. And certainly AS67 provides a good foundation for that across all of our product groups.
Do you think there is still more work to be done in making broadcasters and end users feel comfortable with AS67?
I think absolutely. I think if you look at if you stand back from the technology and you look at the specific customer use cases, you'll find there are very specific needs around audio, whether that's discrete audio where audio is transmitted individually, whether that's multiplexed audio where you've got big groups of audio, and then you have operational devices which might need access to either parts of it or all of it. And I think there's a big part of it in terms of the devices, how they handle multiple streams of audio, how they shuffle audio, how they tag audio. And I think one of the big things that we're seeing with some of these immersive technologies is how additional metadata is managed in that process. So it's easy from an operational perspective to get the content and the assets that you want for the production. And I think there's quite a bit of work and education from vendors, from the industry, around best practices, how to design IP infrastructures correctly, and make sure that you have a good understanding of the operational points across a system.
Finally, it's been another very high-profile year for Lawo systems in use at some of the world's most important sporting events. Can you give us a little bit of an idea what's on the horizon for 2019?
Yeah, so we had a really good year this year with large sporting events around the world, large audio networks, multiple tens of consoles connected to centralized processing and I/O. We also have one of our biggest installs of what I call our converged solutions, which is the network audio and video. This is our vMatrix video line with multi-viewing gateways and bringing in also all of the audio components like the MC² series, and most importantly, bringing in a unified control and monitoring system. So we see that very much extending into 2019, where we have announced a recent win with CBC in Canada to help them move to a complete IP infrastructure. Also from a control perspective, we have a number of OB IP trucks that will be coming online in 2019, plus our rental business, which does a lot of audio consoles and technology into a lot of these sporting events, is seeing year-on-year growth, and again, the outlook for next year looks very exciting.
Much to look forward to then. Philip Myers, thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you, David. Thank you.